Southern.
I'll make this quick, John. 2 Sundays ago, I came out of a retreat type setting and I was encouraged to set an intention. The intention that I set at that time was to reduce and focus in my life. And what I meant by that is I feel like our lives are really additive. And I've been working on how do I just stay in the present moment. So they're additive in that there's always a new app to be trying out, there's always a new trend to be considering, there's always new news to take in. So how can we stop, how can we reduce and focus in our lives? And I've carried this intention with me like right here for the last 2 weeks. It's one of those things, you come out of a retreat type setting and you can't shake it. And I started to think about it in the context of Toastmasters. I know I was given this tip today. And how can, in Toastmasters, especially in speech crafting, can we reduce and focus in? So 2 tips today. First is about time management. And this is something that can cause my blood to sizzle. And when you get to give a Toastmasters tip, you get to stand up here and talk about your pet peeves. Most of the speeches in the Confident Communicator Manual are set at 5 to 7 minutes. And oftentimes we have people come up and want to give a 6 to 8 minute speech, which is fine. But I often argue that you don't have enough content for 6 to 8 minutes. What you have is a lack of practice and a lack of reducing and focusing your speech. And so I would encourage you, if your project is given a time frame, it's given a time frame for a reason. 1 is to help manage the flow of a meeting, but 2, it's to help you manage the intention of your speech. So if you're set to give a 5 to 7 minute speech and you're tempted to give a 6 to 8 minute speech, practice and make sure every single word that you're saying is driving back towards the intention of your speech. My second tip on reducing and focusing when you're doing speech crafting has to do with using your introduction, which ties into time management of your speech. If you're supposed to give a 5 to 7 minute speech, and you feel like, I really have content that's going to go into the 6 to 8 minute realm, use your introduction to save yourself 30 seconds to a minute. And really think about how can I write this introduction that it starts my speech. Not that necessarily it introduces me as a speaker. Hi, I'm Jessi Sumner. I'm giving speech number 5 out of the Confident Communicator Manual titled XYZ. That's great. It's helpful. I mean, we know what you're working on. But I have no idea what you're going to get up here and talk about. And you have flexibility in that time to start the speech. That's your pre-opener. That's the forward of your speech. So think about that the next time you're crafting a speech to give in front of this club. Think about how can I reduce and focus? How can I manage my time and practice? It takes time. And how can I make sure that I'm using my introduction effectively? Thank you.